This document in Canvas. What it is it's a sample the College Board put out of the argumentation essay, and then what I'm calling this kind of beefed up concept application essay. All right, so the first thing, so here you go, 2020 example sample questions. So they're saying, a lot of time, 25 minutes plus 5 minutes to submit. Here's the argument essay. United States Constitution establishes a federal system of government. Under federalism, policymaking is shared between national and state governments. Over time, the powers of the national government have increased relative to those of the state governments. Take a position about whether the expanded powers of the national government benefits or hinders policymaking. This is last year's, this is the 2019 released, this is what argumentation essay. What they've done is they've just simply changed it to reflect how it will look this year. So what you just see is you don't have that rebuttal piece, okay? So basically, we've been over what the changes are to this. Really, what I want you guys to see in this video is the concept application. Okay, sample question 2, concept application. You got 15 minutes plus 5 minutes to submit. All right, so check this out. Okay, let's just read through it. Since 2008, the Alliance Defending Freedom, a conservative Christian interest group, has promoted an annual event known as Pulpit Freedom Sunday. On this occasion, pastors are encouraged to challenge a provision of the tax law known as the Johnson Amendment, which prohibits political activity by certain nonprofit organizations, including religious organizations. While the Johnson Amendment does not restrict religious leaders from speaking out regarding social issues, it does prohibit them from contributing money to political campaigns or speaking out in favor or against candidates running for political office. We've been over this question. I think you guys even wrote this. On Pulpit Freedom Sunday, as an act of civil disobedience, pastors and religious leaders preach openly about the moral qualifications of candidates seeking office. After reading the scenario, please respond to A, B, and C below. A, referencing the scenario, describe an action Congress could take to address the concerns of the interest group and explain how partisan divisions could prevent this congressional action. Okay. This was on last year's exam as well, but the only thing that was on the exam was this part here. So referencing the scenario, describe an action Congress could take to address the concerns of the interest group. And now what they've added is explain how partisan divisions could prevent the congressional action. All right. So they're taking it and they're saying describe and explain. You're getting a couple of verbs and not just one. Okay. Not that big of a deal. And honestly, you guys kind of want this. The reason being is they're adding more points to this thing. They want more points so that there's a wider range of what it is to get a 5 or a 4 or a 3. In B, it says, referencing the scenario, explain how a restriction imposed by the Johnson Amendment relates to the legal question addressed in the Supreme Court's case of Citizens United versus Federal Elections Commission. Now, notice down here, I don't want you freaking out. Citizens United is a Unit 4-5 material. It's not going to be on the test. So if you're seeing Citizens United right now and you're like, well, we never went over that court case. Yeah, we didn't because it's not going to be on the test. All right. But what we're seeing here is we're seeing they're actually bringing a court case into the concept application question, which I think they're going to do Monday. If you think about it, the fact that if they don't, they've eliminated basically the court cases from the exam altogether, and that's such a big part of the course. They're trying to find a way to bring the court cases in there. So I really think you see a court case on Monday come into the concept application question. C says, describe a liberty found in the Bill of Rights that the interest group referenced in the scenario feel is threatened. And this is really basically where they stopped in 2019. And then it goes on. Again, you're seeing another verb here. You're seeing basically a two-part to this. Explain how this group might use the judicial branch to try and influence a change in this policy. Okay. So, what could an interest group, or it says, explain how this group might use the judicial branch to try and influence a change in this policy. Well, how could an interest group use the judicial branch? They could write an amicus curiae brief if there's a court case that's hearing something about this. All right. They could try and sue and get the courts to hear the case. All right. Anyways, there you go. I'm going to put this on Canvas. I want you to review it. These are the two examples they've put out. And that's it.